Yeah, see, the observer just comes out right over. He better pull the observer back. Well, luckily for Stork, Pusan didn't realize, well, couldn't know that the observer had passed over and he was out of range, and so he those few shots got taken on the Dark Templar, and he pulled it back, even though he probably could have snuck it in and killed off some probes at that point because his observer was on its way out to scout and was pulling away from the Dark Templar. So that was kind of lucky on Stork's part. That was sheer luck there, that the observer happened to be over the top at just that moment. That okay, so Stork has his Templar archives also. A High Templar, very big in Protoss versus Protoss games. You always see huge battles, tons of Dragoons and Zealots rushing at each other. Sometimes there will be Reavers put into play as well, and then Storm just goes off on over everything. I mean, that's what the end game looks like in Protoss versus Protoss. So both of them kind of teching up here, using that large cache of minerals and gas in their main base to just tech up, and they're not actually building a lot of units yet, it looks like. Stork has a significant number of units. It looks like he's expecting a drop or something, so he's put some Dragoons in the back of his base there to ward off any shuttles or any dropped units there. Yeah, both players just kind of hanging out, not doing anything, just building up their forces. Okay, so Busan does have the robotics facility as well, so he might be going for a drop. Although I think he's probably smart enough that he realizes that it's a little bit too late in the game for anything tricky, because Stork already has observers out. Stork already has, a significant number of troops. He's not going to be able to catch Stork with his pants down. Stork has already picked his pants up, as it were. Okay, finally, yeah, I was wondering if they were going to expand. Usually by this point, one player or another would try and expand. So finally Pusan is expanding, it looks like. He is sending out a dropship. He's probably going to try and storm Stork's minerals, is what I'm expecting. Again, a common thing for for Protoss players to do in general against any race is try to storm, drop in a High Templar and set off some Psystorm on the enemy probe line. I wonder what's going to happen, because he does have those Dragoons there. Stork has Dragoons. Oh, Stork has moved the Dragoons. He only has the one cannon. The shuttle going in. I wonder, Stork probably saw that shuttle. Yeah, he's moving his probes out. Let's see if this has any effect. He is dropping High Templar. Oh, shit! Storm goes off after... Oh, he killed off... That was a significant drop. Oh, he killed off... He's morphing into an Archon right in the middle of his base. And Stork, I don't think he has an expansion to run those probes to. Stork going in, though, trying to kill off Pusan's expansion before... Oh, Storm goes off after a bunch of Stork's troops. He's going in anyways. Counter Storm. Oh, crap. Storm goes off over everything. I think Pusan's troops took the brunt of that storm, though. As you can see, most of Stork's troops surviving, almost all of Pusan's troops dead. He still does have a couple cannons left. It looks like... Okay, Pusan's getting in reinforcements in. He is going to be able to fend this off, just barely. Maybe Stork does have an expansion after all. It's hard to see from here, and the video is still fucking up for some reason. Sorry, messing up, screwing up. So Stork, with at least enough of an attack to well, actually, look, he may end taking out that Nexus. Pusan doesn't have the troops to pull away from those cannons to try and take out those Dragoons, so I think those Dragoons should be able to pick off the Nexus. Okay, another Storm. Maybe not after all. No, he is going to be able to take down that Nexus, so that Nexus is going to go down. Stork, it's hard. Stork does have an expansion. Okay, I wasn't sure if he did or not. So Stork with the advantage here, I'd have to say. Oh, and somewhere along the way, Pusan snuck a Dark Templar in there into Stork's mineral line. picking off a couple probes. Not that many though. No major damage done because of that cannon there. He managed to get 4 or 5 probes, it looked like. But Stork is going to finish off that Dark Templar. And now, as it stands, Pusan does not have an expansion at the moment, whereas Stork, it looks like, has at least one. Although, you know, I have to say, Stork did lose a lot of probes. It looks like he does have a pretty good economy still. But Stork, just by having that Nexus up, is able to start mining from that second base a lot more. It's hard to tell though. Like I said, there's a lot of resources in the main base of both spawn points here. Okay, it looks like we're heading in for another battle. Both sides sending their troops across the long journey to try and get to the other. Looks like they're going to meet in the middle. Pusan pulling back. He realizes he probably has a few less troops than Stork does. He wants to use those cannons that he has up as a extra firepower in the upcoming battle. Stork mounting his troops, rallying his troops outside, and they go in. Storm goes up. Oh, Stork has been excellent with his placement of the storm, just totally tearing Pusan's Dragoons a new one. Oh, I thought he stormed Pusan's High Templar. He almost killed off Pusan's High Templar, but Pusan's troops are dead. His cannons are almost dead. Stork has an Archon left, so his troops are almost dead as well. He's probably not going to be able to break through completely with this attack, but Pusan is definitely on the run here. He is backpedaling, and more storm. Oh, almost get the. Oh crap! Then the Archon takes out a few probes on the way to his expansion. A little bit careless, running his probes through the middle of a battle there. But okay, so Pusan does have 2 expansions up, it looks like now. I'm not sure if that was the first one or if that was a second one. But I don't see it on the minimap. Maybe that was just his only expansion. Okay, so Pusan has built up a number of Dragoons in the front of his base again. Not in terrible danger of losing right now on this attack. Stork is sending in, interestingly enough, but just a bunch of Zealots at the moment with some High Templar. Although that has consistently been how Stork has won these battles, is by storming the heck out of Pusan's Dragoons. Every time the storm goes off all over his Dragoons, and here we go again. The Dragoons taking a lot of storm. Oh my gosh, so much storm, and almost all the Dragoons go down very quickly because of 3 storms on each of them. That's just brutal. And trying to build some more cannons. Oh, this might be the end after all, actually. Bunch of Zealots running in. Pusan trying to backpedal with his Dragoons, using a little bit of micro against the Zealots, but it's just not going to happen. And Pusan realizes that Stork has too much of an advantage, and he's not going to be able to fight this off. Pusan GG's. Like I said, Stork is a little bit better player. Even though Pusan has a little bit better record, Stork is able to take him out. Alright, GG Stork. Thanks for listening.